Let us talk about one thing that has been in Kerala media for the past several months.
സ്വപ്ന പദ്ധതിയാണ് K-Rail.
കുറെ നാളായിട്ട് ചർച്ചകൾ നടക്കുന്നത് K-Railനെ പറ്റിയാണല്ലോ.
എനിക്ക് K-Rail വരണമെന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് എന്റെയും അഭിപ്രായം.
K-Rail വരും കേട്ടോ, അതിന് യാതൊരു സംശയമില്ല.
First of all, there needs to be a distinction between K-Rail and Silverline. Kerala Rail Development Corporation Limited, or K-Rail in short, is a public sector company. While 49% of the company is owned by the Ministry of Railways under the Union Government, the remaining 51% is under the control of the Government of Kerala. K-Rail will be implementing several rail infrastructure projects in Kerala, one among which is the now infamous Silverline. Silverline is the name of a semi-high-speed rail corridor which is being implemented by K-Rail. Although there is no single standard that applies worldwide, high-speed rail lines are generally those rail lines which run above 250 km per hour. For comparison, the under-construction Mumbai Ahmedabad Bullet train will be running at a speed of 320 km per hour, thus becoming India's first high-speed rail project. Silverline will however be a semi-high-speed project as the train's operational speed is 200 km per hour. When completed, it will cover a distance of 530 km and will travel from the southern capital city of Thiruvananthapuram to northernmost Kasaragod. At the maximum speed of 200 km per hour, it is expected to complete this journey in 4 hours. The initial cost for the project is estimated to be around 64,000 crore rupees. Let us consider the options that K-Rail will be an alternative to. Kerala is a state with a north-south extent of almost 560 km. Covering the distance from the southernmost city of Thiruvananthapuram to the northernmost city of Kasaragod will take roughly around 12 hours by road and around 11 hours by train. The supporters of Silverline say that it will reduce the running time from the present 12 to just 4 hours. This rapid movement is expected to attract investments and usher in growth. But several people have raised concerns about the project. For infrastructure projects of such magnitude, an assessment of the practicality is usually conducted. Such an assessment is called a feasibility study. Another document of importance is the DPR, or the Detailed Project Report. A detailed project report is a very extensive and elaborative outline of a project which includes essential information such as the resources and tasks to be carried out in order to make the project turn into a success. Several media outlets have reported that the feasibility study for the Silverline was prepared in a hasty manner in just 50 days and the detailed project report was prepared within 6 months, that too without any hydrological or geological study which are considered essential. Questions have also been raised on the sources and authenticity of the information used by Sistra, a France-based consultancy firm which prepared the DPR of Silverline. Setting aside the controversies for a moment, let us focus on the economics of the project. For a project of such magnitude, it has to be seen whether it will be economically feasible or not. A measure in this regard is the passenger rate, or the cost per passenger kilometer. This is an estimate of the cost of carrying one passenger over a distance of 1 kilometer. The passenger rate of the Silverline has been calculated to be 3 rupees 90 paise per kilometer. In effect, meaning that on average around 4 rupees will be spent for carrying one passenger for 1 kilometer. For comparison, the average passenger rate for Indian Railways is only 1/10 of this, that is close to 40 paise per kilometer. At such a high passenger rate, it is expected that the price of the tickets will be also on the higher side, and as such many have dubbed Silverline to be only for the rich and to be unaffordable for the majority of the middle and lower class, at least for the initial period of its operations. But even if such a project were to cater to the needs of the 1% of the top tier of a society, there is no justification if it causes severe environmental destruction. We must not forget that Kerala had witnessed devastating floods and landslides in 2018, the effects of which are still fresh in our memory. Silverline's construction is expected to go through many of the state's fragile ecosystems, including wetlands, backwater regions, and paddy fields. This will affect the crucial biodiversity of the state. There are also concerns about the number of people whose land will be acquired and who will have to be rehabilitated. But some people have suggested alternatives to Silverline. One suggestion is to create additional rail lines in parallel to the already existing ones from Thiruvananthapuram to Kasaragod. This would reduce the travel time in 1/3 the cost of the Silverline project. Although the speed of a semi-high-speed rail cannot be achieved on them, the already congested lines would be cleared, paving the way for new trains. Another alternative is the suburban project, which was initially proposed by the opposition coalition UDF as a clear alternative to the Silverline project. According to them, about 300 acres and 10,000 crore rupees are enough to implement the suburban rail project, which will consist of passenger trains that cover short distances of up to 150 kilometers. These trains will help in facilitating movement of passengers within cities and suburbs. Among other suggestions include the doubling of railway tracks and introduction of electronic signaling systems. It is expected that these could help in increasing the speed of existing trains. Expansion of mainline electric multiple unit or MEMUs have also been suggested to connect major cities to aid short distance travelers. The government of Kerala, especially Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, have taken up the matter as a prestige issue and want to realize the Silverline project at any cost. Analogies are also being drawn between Silverline and Nandigram of West Bengal, where the people's protest against acquisition of land led to several clashes, at the end of which the government had to ultimately abandon the project. Any ambitious idea has always had its supporters and detractors. What matters is finding the balance between wants and needs.